Mr. Silva here again. Today I'm going to show you guys how to do some point repair. This is something that I always find myself doing whenever I'm working with curves and angles. It's very boring, it takes forever, and it's just an overall nuisance. Thankfully, with Nyakris' help, she came up with an idea that makes point repair really easy. This board right here is rotated in 4 different directions. Top north, or top right, top left, and bottom left. So it makes point repair super easy. Now what I mean by point repair is if you come over here and you take a look at this wooden piece, okay, notice right there I have a point that is not a point, it's actually flat. And this is what we're going to repair using this board. Now there's a lot of good boards out there. I've collected several of them over the past several months. But I found with this board, I can basically get rid of all those boards. This board covers all of them. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to look at this triangle that we're going to fix. This is what they call points. Now notice the point that is messed up is the top right point and the bottom right point. Now what we need to do is we need the top right point to match up with the bottom right point and bring it together into a point. That's why it's all called points. So what we're going to do, we're going to come over to our board and we're going to look at the bottom right points. Now on this board I have all kinds of purple strings. As you can see here, I colored them that way so they're a lot easier to see. And basically you pick a point and copy it, just like this. Now you leave your selection tool on here just in case that point isn't quite the one you need, so you can come back to it later. And then you come back to your point and paste the string. Now notice the string lines up a bit to the bottom and to the back. Okay, so it doesn't actually line up into the spot where we want it. So that's not exactly the point we want. So you go back to the board. Actually, let me show you what would happen if we actually use this one to try to repair the point real quick, just to give you a better understanding. You push it into the wood, like so, paste without air, and you see what it does. It pulled the point downwards. That is why it's not the point we need. So we're going to undo that, go back to our point board, and we're going to pick one probably a little bit to the right. So we're going to say 1 right and 2 up from where we were at. So we're going to grab this point right here. Okay, so the same thing again, leave your selection tool there just in case it's not the right one. Come back to the board. Now look how close that is. Okay, that's a lot closer to where we need it, but it's not quite there yet. See, when we push it in, it pulls it down, but it pulls it down a little too low. So we need to actually go from this spot. If you look at your point, you can figure out where you need to go exactly. So pull it out of the board. I hate the way the selection tool works. There we go. Okay, now see, we need to go basically 1 to the right, and we need to go 1 up from there. So you come back to your board, and you go 1 to the right. In this case, would be right here, and then 1 above. Now just for good measure, I'm going to go ahead and go to this one. I'm going to go 2 to the right and 1 up. And we come back to the piece again. Whoops, and it helps if we grab the right piece. Okay, let's try again. Let's grab the string this time. Alright, let's grab the string. Yeah, it doesn't do any good to grab the point. Sorry about that, guys. So, you grab the string, paste it into your board, and look, right dead center where we want it, pretty much. Okay, now we paste it without air, and there you go. All fixed nice and pretty. And that's actually not quite perfect. If you notice, it's really nice on this side, but this side's still pulled down a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and make it even more prettier there. And we're going to come back over and we're going to go 1 up from that spot. So 1 more upwards should do the trick. Grab that one, place without error, and there you go, and there we go. See? Okay, that concludes the tutorial today. If anyone needs this board, like I said, Nyakris made this for me for special request because it was driving me nuts how long it took me to fix points. But Nyakris is willing to share the board with anybody who wants it. All you have to do is send her an in-game mail requesting the point repair board, and she will be more than glad to share it with you. That concludes my tutorial for the day. Thank you all for watching. See you next time. DaSilva out.